Hi everyone, welcome back. I hope all of you had a very good Diwali. So let us continue with our CSAT series now. So we have already completed the remainder and the remainder theorem related problems. So from this video, I am going to start the problems related to averages. So in first couple of videos, I will take some practice questions and then we will move to PYQ, okay, as our process goes. So let us start with the first question for this video. A batsman scores 96 runs in the 16th inning, increasing his average by 4. What is his new average after the 16th inning? Okay, इन्होंने बोला है कि in 16th innings the batsman is scoring 96 runs, which is taking his average up by 4. That means that 15th inning तक एक average था, 16th में उसने 96 रन बनाया तो उसका एवरेज 4 से ऊपर चला गया, राइट? So let us assume that up to 15th inning his average was x, and after 16th innings his average then became x plus 4 because it went up by 4. Okay, in first 15th innings the total number of runs that he scored in first 15 innings is 15 into x, because x हमने average मान लिया है, तो ये 15x हो गया 15 innings का score. And after 16th innings his total score in 16 innings will be 16 into x plus 4, because 16 inning ka average is x plus 4, right? So this is basically 16x plus 64, and we know that ki ye total run hai 16 inning ke, these are the total runs of 15th innings or 15 innings, and the difference between these will be nothing but the runs that he scored in 16th innings, which is 96, right? We have been given that, which means that 16x plus 64, which is his score in 16 innings, minus his total scores in 15 innings is 15x. This is total score in 16 innings. That is, this difference is equal to 96, right? तो बस इसको solve कर लो. 16x minus 15x is equal to x. 96 minus 64 is 30, right? And we have been asked what is his new average after 16th innings. So this x is nothing but the average for first 15 innings, and 16 inning के बाद उसका average था x plus 4. That means answer is 32 plus 4, which is 36. Okay, में 32 भी option है, so be careful, read the question again and write appropriate answer. So the answer to this question is 36. So this is one way of solving this question, but you really don't have to do this much. Okay, and if you really understand the concept of average, then you can actually see that, think of it this way, एक 15th इनिंग तक उसका एक स्कोर था, राइट? सो दीज आर लेट अस से 15th इनिंग्स, तो इसमें एक उसका स्कोर था जिसका कुछ एवरेज होगा, राइट? लेट अस से this was the average in 16th innings. So this is 16th inning. He scored 96 runs, which has taken this average up by 4, right? That means imagine that in 16th innings if he would have scored exactly as much as average, then उसका एवरेज तो बढ़ता नहीं था क्योंकि 15th का एवरेज कुछ तो है. In 16th innings if he exactly score as much as the average of first 15 innings, then the average won't go up. Average has gone up by 4 in 16th inning by scoring 96. So these 96 runs basically got distributed across these 16 innings by increasing overall average by 4. So basically per innings he increased 4 runs. That means total 16 into 4, 64 runs went as a contribution to the increase of the average. Okay, understand what I'm trying to say. Out of these 96 runs, these 64 runs actually contributed to the increase of the average by 4, because in 16 innings 15 innings से उसका average has gone up by 4, right? So out of these 96, per inning 4 runs, that is 16 into 4, 64 total runs contributed to increase of the average. That means remaining, right, remaining 96 minus 64 would be his average, which was original average after 15th innings, which is nothing but 32. Okay, if you really understand the concept of average, then you will understand what I am saying here, right? Per innings he increased score by 4. That means in 16 innings his overall score increased by 64, right? Average increased by 64, means per innings the average increased by 4. So out of these 96, 16 into 4, 64 runs contributed towards increase of average, and rest were as much as average, right? So rest were basically 32. That means up to 15th innings, his score, his average score was 32, and his new average will be 32 plus 4, which is 36. Okay. So without actually doing any of this algebra, you can get the answer for this question, which is same answer, 36. That's your answer. Let us see the next question. This is simple question. I won't take much time. The average of 9 consecutive numbers is 29. What is the largest of these numbers? Just to tell you the concept that for consecutive numbers, the average would be always the middle number. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That means this number. Okay, here there are 4 numbers. Here there are 4 numbers. So this middle number would be the average of consecutive numbers. If there are even numbers, so for example, there are 6 numbers, then this is 3 ka block, this is 3 ka block. So this middle number will be the average, which will be nothing but this plus 0.5, this number plus 0.5. Okay, that will be the average. If the total number of values are even, in our case, 9 consecutive numbers, 9 is an odd number. So middle number would be average. Middle number has been given as 29. So 30, 31, 32 and 33. That would be the answer, option D. Okay, simple thing. Let us move to the next question. Bookseller had sales of 7320, 7865, 7589, 8056 and 7493 for 5 consecutive months. तो 5 महीने का उसका सेल दिया है. What should be the sales amount for the 6th month to achieve an average monthly sale of 7600? So in 6 months we want average of 7600. That means we need these many overall sales in 6 months, out of which we have given sales for the first 5 months, right? So let us add them up. 7320, 7865, 7589, 8056 and 7493. Okay, so whatever method you follow for quick addition you can follow, but let me do this quickly. 6 plus 3 9, 9, 18 plus 5 23, 2 9 2 11 plus 5 16 plus 8 24 30 32, 3 4 3 7 plus 5 12 20 23, 2 आ गया. This is 7 5 35, 36, 37, 38. So this is the total. We want this much total in 6 months. We have this much total in 5 months. So 6 month में कितना सेल लगेगा? This minus 38 323, which is 7 plus 3 plus 7 plus 4 2 and 7. 7277 would be the sales required in 6th month to get this total, which will take us to the average of 7600 for 6 months. Okay, so your answer is option A. Let us move to the next question. The average score of a cricket player in 11 innings was 42. How many runs must he make in his next inning to increase his average by 3? Now we will solve this by both the methods, but let us first solve with the normal method. The average score of cricket player in 11 innings was 42. So in first 11 innings he scored these many runs, which is 420 plus 42 462. And how many runs must he make in his next inning to increase his average by 3? So next inning there will be total number of innings would be 11 plus 1 12, and we want to increase the average by 3, so we want to make it as 45. So this would be 54. Okay, and question is simple. How many runs should he make in next inning, which is 12th inning, which is 540 minus 462, which is 78. Okay, so that's the answer. Answer is very easy. Now look at it from the similar perspective. To increase his average by 3, and by that time his innings will be 12. So just contribution to the increase of average, he has to score 12 into 3, 36 runs, right? So to increase the average by 3, whatever his average was, to increase it by 3, he has to score 36 more than that average. Average was 42, right? And he has to increase the score by 36 to increase the average by 3. Okay. So his score in 12th innings would be 70. 36 plus 42. So this is the original average. This is the additional runs that he has to score to take that average up by 3 in 12 innings. Okay, I think you might have understood this now very easily. I just add that original average plus runs that he required to increase the average by 3. When I add that, I will get his run in 12th innings, which is 78 ND. Okay, let us move to the next question. The average of 5 consecutive even numbers is 66. What is the difference between highest and lowest number? Again, similar concept. Here the only difference is we have been given consecutive even numbers. We know that anything consecutive, the average would be the middle number. So this average is 66. Now we want to take only even numbers. So this would be 64, this would be 62, this would be 68, and this would be 70. We have been asked the difference between highest and lowest, 62 and 70. The difference is 8. That's your answer, option B. A very simple question. Let us move to the next one. The average of 15 numbers is 0. So let me take 15 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. These 15 number, the average is 0. Okay, it is not said that they are consecutive or anything, so they can be any random 15 numbers. Now the question is, how many of them may be greater than 0 at most? इसमें से ज़्यादा maximum how many numbers can be greater than 0? That is the question. So we want the numbers in such a way that the maximum numbers are more than 0, right? And very less numbers are either 0 or less than 0. So the question is, how many of them maximum can be greater than 0? Now you understand that if average of 15 numbers is 0, then sum of those 15 numbers would be 15 into average, which is 0, right? When the sum is 0, that means we must have some negative numbers and some positive numbers. Then only we can have a sum of 0 for 15 numbers, right? Now, out of these negative and positive numbers, we want maximum positive numbers, right? And we want least number of negative numbers. So let us say, we can have only one negative number and rest all of them positive numbers. Okay, because that is bare minimum you must have to get the sum of 0 of 15 numbers, right? And that, getting this point is very important, because you may tend to think that, okay, I will have 7 on the left, 7 on the right, and middle 0, and that would be my answer, right? But that is not correct. Okay, so here it would be rest 14 numbers. Means, let me do it here. All these numbers will be positive, right? And they can be any positive numbers, doesn't matter. What should be this negative number? This negative number should be total of all these numbers, all these positive numbers, when you add them and put a negative sign. So let us say, the total of all these numbers is x. This number would be minus x. Okay. Now when you add these 15 numbers, you will get minus x plus sum of all these numbers, which is x. Minus x plus x will become 0. And you divide 0 by 15 to get the average, you will get the average of 0. Okay. That means that the maximum number of positive numbers which can meet this condition is 14. Okay, so we can have 14 greater than 0 numbers and only one negative number, which is nothing but the sum of all those numbers with the minus sign. Then we can actually meet this condition. So how many of them may be greater than 0? At most 14 can be greater than 0. 14 is not there in the option, so answer is D. Okay, but imagine if you have, as I said, 7 here as an option. So you can think that 7 here, middle in 0, my average. But you are here actually assuming consecutive numbers, right? But you don't have to do that. So getting this point that you can have only one negative number is important. And that's why you need to practice the questions more and more to develop that thinking mindset in terms of various problems. So I hope you got this. Let us move to the next question. Now I am going to purely use the concept of contribution to the average to solve this. The average height of 9 individuals increases by 3.2 centimeter when a new person replaces one of them who had a height of 60 centimeters. Now here you have to use that principle because तुमको पता ही नहीं है कि उनका एवरेज पहले क्या था. Okay, you don't know the original average. What you know is there are 9 people. So let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 people. There is some average height of these 9 people. Okay, this average height increases by 3.2 centimeter when one of them who had a height of 60 centimeter. So let us say this person. So for this person, height is 60 centimeters. He was pulled out and another person was put in, which increases the height by 3.2. Okay, and we have been asked what is the height of that new person who got added. So iska height kya tha? That is the question. Now see here what is happening. You have 9 people, right? Unka ek average hai. So this is some average level. This average went up by 3.2 centimeters. So for 9 people, to increase the average by 3.2 centimeters, you need to add the height of 9 into 3.2, right? Which is 9 3 are 27 plus 1.8, 28.8. So you need to add 28.8 centimeters to take the overall average height of these 9 individuals to original average plus 3.2. Okay, now add to what? Add to the height of the person which was removed, right? Because with this person the average was something. Okay, now you are adding the new person. So whoever you are removing, whatever that person's height was, utna to hona hi padega, because if that person is there, then the average will remain at this level. Okay, when you are removing that person and adding a new person, if you add a person of a 60 centimeter height and remove a 60 centimeter ka person, then your average will remain same, right? There will be no difference. But you are taking average up by 3.2 centimeters. That means height of this person has to be greater than this 60 centimeters. By how much? By 9 into 3.2. Okay, because for 9 people you are increasing the average by 3.2 centimeters. That means you need to add 60 and 2.28 to get the height of the person, which is 88.8 centimeters. And that's your answer, option C. Okay, so here it is the purely we have to use that principle of contribution to the average because we don't know the original average or the average of the 8 people, etc., etc. No other information. This is the only way to solve this problem. Understand that this makes the solution of such kind of questions quicker as well. Let us see the next question. A student's mark were mistakenly entered as 79 instead of 59. तो इसको 59 करना चाहिए था लेकिन 79 कर दिया काउंट. Okay. So how many marks got added? 20 marks got added in the total. Right? A student's marks were mistakenly entered as 79 instead of 59. तो 59 करना चाहिए था, लेकिन 79 किया, मतलब जितना करना चाहिए था उससे 20 ज़्यादा किया. Okay, I hope you got this until this point. But what happened because of this? Due to that, the average marks of the class increased by a quarter. So quarter we know is 0.25, which is nothing but 1 by 4, right? So the average marks for the class increased by a quarter. How many students are there in the class is the question. Let us say there are X number of students in the class. For every student, 1 by 4 marks got increase. That means total increase in the marks of that class was X by 4 because of this mistake, right? Due to that, the average marks of the class, so whatever that average was, it increased by a quarter. It increased by 1 by 4 marks. We have assumed that the number of students in the class is X. So the overall marks of the class increased by X by 4. But we know what is the value of this X by 4. X by 4 is nothing but 20. How many marks for that class increased because of this mistake? 20 marks increase. So what is the value of X? X is equal to 20 into 4, 80. 80 is the number of students which are there in that class for this to happen. Okay. So for 80 students, quarter of the mark increase, that means 20 mark increase, right? 80 into 80 ka quarter, 80 into 0.25 is 20. And that is exactly the mistake which happened, that for the class 20 marks got added for one students, which was an error. So answer to this question is 80. The only thing is we have to do it, from the reverse calculation, that we have been given the total increase and we have been given what is the impact of that mistake or increase on a average marks of the entire class. So average marks of the entire class we don't need to know. We only know the increase of the entire class because we know the value of that increase. So class size is X, increase is 1 by 4 per student. So X by 4 overall increase, which is nothing but 20. So X is equal to 80. That's your answer to this question. Let us see the next one. No, there is no next one. So I'll take the next one and few more such interesting questions on averages in the next video. So continue watching. If you are not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe because we are regularly bringing good CSAT videos. And we have also started a very good geography series. We are bringing a lot of animated, well presented, well researched geography videos for you, which will certainly help in your preparation. We are soon going to launch our own CSAT course, which is going to be extremely affordable, and all of you are going to really like it. So please download our app and wait for that. In next couple of weeks you will get a launching announcement of that course. So please keep watching and please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching this. I'll see you in the next one.